program is brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?
Welcome back. In a previous episode, we started a series on animal breeding where we were with animal breeder at the Agricultural Research Centre in Sebele, Utlanang Moreri. Amongst our points of discussion was the importance of understanding the sort of investment that goes into animal keeping, especially for business. This evening, Moreri joins us again to talk about the breeding of cattle.
Currently, and what you will see from the literature, you'll see everybody now blaming cows for the greenhouse effects. Cows, they are ruminant animals. They are using the grass or plants so that they can produce nutrients for themselves. But at the end, they produce methane, and methane is the one that's resulting in the increase in greenhouse gases. So actually that's, in these days, one of the most researched themes in many countries, because the issue is to reduce the greenhouse gases. When we do cattle selection, it is important, or very important, to select for animals that are well adapted to different ecological zones. In this case, animals that are well adapted or that can have a good grazing capabilities in different areas, they can do quite well in terms of managing the environment as well. If you bring exotic animals, say large animals, you'll find that in some other areas they do overgraze, and if they eat quite much in order to meet their maintenance requirements, they end up damaging the environment. So those are some of the issues that are now currently being taught in animal production worldwide. The main issue is to find the right animals or the correct breeds of animals for certain environments.
What do you think are some of the breeds that can be intimated, especially looking at our climate here in Botswana, that can produce high quality animals, which in turn can produce high quality meat, high quality milk, hide, and overall impressive profits?
Yeah. What we've seen and what we know is that the local or indigenous animals, they are doing quite well in harsh environments. And we also do see crossbreds. There is this the Bos indicus animal. Some people call it the zebu, which also includes some of the Brahman. It's one of the Bos indicus. It's very well adapted to hot environments, and it's also very tolerant to ticks. So that's one of the breeds that's being worldwide in tropical countries, because it's so much adapted. We do also have composite breeds. Composite breeds are animal breeds that have like more than two breeds as a constituent. The reason for this production of composite breeds is because you are bringing in together different attributes from different animal breeds, which then compensate each other. We've seen in a number of cases, even in other countries, that composites are doing quite well in harsh climatic environments, including this one of Botswana. An example of the composites that we have here are the Bonsmara, the Mosi, that's been developed by the Agricultural Research here in Botswana. We do also have the Simbras. They are doing quite well because they bring that adaptability, that growth, the tolerance and other attributes together. Now they can survive much more, and they also can produce better than other animals.
Well, talking about these animals being large, we're talking about their maintenance, we're talking about their feed. So my question now is, how much financial investment must one be prepared to put into this exercise if it's what they're thinking of going into?
It's very variable, and it's a choice by a farmer. A farmer may choose to go into, like say, stud breeding. That is production of seed stock, which is not so least expensive. It's a bit expensive. And then it also depends on the method that you use to produce those animals. If you use advanced reproductive methods, they are not quite cheap. They are expensive. You need some experts to do them. You need some equipment to do them. You need some reagents. Like, let's take an example of embryo transfer. You need to buy the equipment that will use to, first of all, to synchronize the animals, to bring them to the same condition, and then transfer the embryos into those animals. And then you monitor them until they give you some calves. It is not so easy. And then when you look at these technologies as well, some of them, it's not easy to achieve them. Sometimes the success rate is not so high, and then it will bring costs to the farmer. Sometimes the farmers might decide to ignore those costs because they just need to produce the best animals that they need. So that's why it will be always variable according to the farmer, according to the farmer needs, according to the resources that the farmer have. The farmer, what he needs to do, just to draw a breeding program, the one that tells you that if you want to do this, you can do it in this way with these resources available. Sometimes, say in start breeding, your animals need to be performance tested. They need to be registered, which is some bit of a cost as compared to a farmer who wishes to produce commercial animals. In that case, the farmer might just need to buy like some few performance tested bulls. And then in that case, you just put them into your normal or ordinary animals. Then they will perform, they will give you meat or your milk. So it's very variable.